here's something we can fight about, Geno.
Oh, okay. Bitch. Sorry, baby.
I don't like that Harvey Milk was the commemorative Harvey Milk name was taken off of a ship.
That was like
recently.
over a month ago.
No, it just happened. They did it for real.
It needed to be taken off.
Why?
Because, again, I've never served in the military, nor have you. Kudos to my Uncle Frank, who fought in World War II. My father, who fought in the Korean War. Everyone who serves. Most of them are getting drunk with their motorcycles parked outside Stoney's right now. But, again, it's like, look, this is war. And if they don't want it, if they think it's not aggressive enough having a ship named after a gay person, I understand. If you're sailing into battle and your ship is named after a gay person, I have no problem with gay people. I don't, but it's a war thing. It's a fucking warrior mentality. That's all. Okay? And that's why he did it. And I'm not saying, thank God he did it, but I'm saying I get why he did it. And I prefaced it, and I'll preface it, and I'll end it with, I've never been in the military, but it's not my place to say, but I understand why they might do it. Is that fair?
I think it's messed up.
You have even less a right to say it than me.
Less a right to say it than me,
I guess
than
not.
you?
You have even less of a right to it. I meant to say, and I'm wrong.
There's no. This is bullshit.
We have no right to an opinion on
I thought
this.
we weren't at war.
What's that? We're not at war.
Right. We have to go out of our way to take Harvey Milk's name.
I don't think they went out of their way at all. They're like, get it off the boat.
Why?
Because the guy's gay, and it's not a warrior mentality.
Oh,
that's why they
did
it. What? You can say.
You think there aren't? What about you? Think there aren't gay people in the military? You think that Harvey Milk wasn't assassinated and wasn't a great fucking member of the fucking government? And he needs to.
I don't really know that much about him, other than you always play that clip.
Well,
but I do know he was gay.
He was assassinated, and he did a lot. He was the first openly gay person in government.
Okay, good for him. That's great.
Right. So you just went on a diatribe about how it's not a war mentality.
It's not a warrior mentality. Like they could. I'm sure there's.
But I thought we weren't in war.
We're not in a war, but it's a warship. It's a
why do
that
we
makes
have to
no
strip
sense.
his name off of it?
What's that?
Why do we have to strip his name off of it?
Because it's a warship, and you want a warrior
gay,
mentality on your warship.
And no gay man is a warrior. Let me tell you something.
Not what I said. I just said that's their logistics.
No, let me tell you something.
Please,
gay
your
people
show.
are far more fucking gay men. They're far more fucking in shape and warriors.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not a war mentality. That's ridiculous. Geno. I like
Geno, that's not ridiculous. It'd be one thing if I was like, get that fucking queer's name off everything. No, they could do whatever they want. Like, it's a great movie. I love the clip. But it's like the military doesn't believe his name belongs on a warship.
Why not?
Because he's gay and it's not a warrior mentality.
Well,
that's their reasoning. I'm not saying
so. Gay people shouldn't be in the military.
That's up to them. No, they have the same rights as anyone else. If they qualify for any of the 4 branches, they belong.
He was a fucking. We can't. Okay.
I could see if Harvey Milk was it. Watch this. I can see if Harvey Milk was in the military and he did something amazing as, you ready for the word, a warrior. But he didn't. He's just, you said it, he's the first gay politician. God bless him. Then name it. Watch this. If they named a state building after him, and I bet they have, no one's going to take the name off that.
What is the purpose?
But he was never in the military. So get it off the fucking ship.
How about this, Geno? Okay. Why is it necessary to do that? I'm sure you're.
How do I?
I'm sure you're of the standpoint that it's stupid and like ridiculous to take down statues of people like John C. Calhoun in Charleston.
Robert E. Lee.
Do you think that those statues should have been taken down?
No.
Why not?
Because they were military leaders who contributed great things.
Racist military leaders.
Keanu, it was racist, but they did great things leading fucking men. Okay? Like, if you look up the things Robert E. Lee did other than lead the South in the War of Northern Aggression, but again, This is a military guy who had a military statue. No one's going to say Harvey Milk's gay.
So, but because they were racist, we shouldn't, a little in Charleston is specifically that statue of John C. Calhoun who faces the South,
right?
Because he was a racist. I had no problem with that coming down.
I don't even know there's something. Who's John C. Calhoun?
John C. Calhoun, the statue in Charleston.
The what?
He was a somebody that fought in the Civil War, or he was a general in the Civil War, right? And he was a known like crazy racist, right? And they took that statue down. Do you have a problem with that?
I'll put it differently. I don't have a problem with them leaving it up because it wasn't racism back then.
Well, then
slavery was a thing back then. How come you're not up in arms about all the countries that still have slaves? Why do we still, Keanu, why do we even have relations with Africa when they were the ones that fucking sold us their slaves?
What countries have slaves?
What's that?
What countries have slaves?
Look it up. Lots of them.
Which ones?
What you put it up on the screen? Google, hey Alexa, in what countries do they still have slavery?
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Google it. Hey Alexa, does slavery still exist today?
Here's something I found on wikipedia.org. Although slavery is technically illegal in all countries today, the practice continues in many locations around the world, primarily in Africa and Asia.
Why do we even talk to Africa and Asia, Keanu?
I was asking you.
Why don't we make a statue of Africa and Asia and drop a bomb on them?
I was asking a specific question about why it's necessary to rename this ship of Harvey Milk.
And I'll say it again.
Not a war mentality.
No, Keanu, not only that, he was never in the military. Give him a state building in San Francisco. Give him a state building anywhere in the country. Make a statue of him. But he doesn't get a warship anymore because he wasn't in the military. If you name a gay guy that was in the military and did something amazing as a warrior, name a ship after him. How come I don't have a Navy ship named after me?
It seems like it's unnecessary to do.
Nope. I told you.
That ship can still fight wars with Harvey Milk's name on it.
That's a fair statement. Seems like it's unnecessary, but it's not fucking wrong.
Well, no, you're the same person that says that these statues shouldn't be taken down.
Because why are we taking that? Why aren't we bombing Africa off the face of the earth? Because slavery. Alexa just said it. It's illegal now, but they're still slaves.
Harvey Milk was in the Navy during North Korea.
There you go. Oh, that's a beaut. All right, thank you, push-ups.
Thank you, push-ups.
But did he do anything amazing? Okay, so watch his push-ups, and you don't have to pay. So he gets a boat named after him because he was gay and in the military.
He did
I need
a lot.
A little more. Again,
you need more?
Yeah, I do. Name a state building after him. But don't name a ship after him.
He was in the military and served for our country and was the first openly gay governor or whatever.
Right. His major contributions are as a politician, not as a fucking serviceman.
No, wait, what do you mean? So let's look up what he did in the military.
Google it. I mean, look it up.
It seems to me like no, we're just not doing that. It seems unnecessary to rename this ship.
I would agree. I would argue it is unnecessary.
Yes.
But it's not wrong.
Why is it not wrong? He was in the military.
So what? He didn't do anything. A lot of people are in the military. Why isn't there a ship named after my old man? Excuse me, a plane.
He was assassinated, Geno.
Not in the military. That's enough. If he died in the military, yeah. Unless it was of AIDS, because he's queer. You understand? That was pretty good. That's all I'm saying, babe.
No, you're the same person that says we shouldn't be taking these statues down. And you don't find
That's not what I said. I said if you're going to take those statues down, it's a fucking double standard because people had slaves then. And I've had it with people saying like, oh, fucking all these old white men wrote the Constitution. They were in their late 20s. And slavery was fucking a normal practice back then. Okay?
No, it's unnecessary for them to take Harvey Milk's name off of that ship. It is. It's just a fucking dig.
It is unnecessary, but I don't think it's a dig. I don't think it's a dig.
It is a dig. It's a dig.
What's it say in the article?
Let's see. La 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 la.
By the way, thank you, Push-Ups. Look at Push-Ups' response. It was virtue signaling to put him on in the first place. And you don't know his record because he didn't do anything of note. Of course, I'll tell you what he did do. He served in the military, unlike this fag. That gay man served in the military, unlike this fag.
Don't say that here.
Sorry, I was making fun of me. What do you got?
It's just a dig. So it was virtue signaling to put him on, okay? But he was in the military. He did a lot for fucking gay people. He was assassinated. And I don't think it's crazy that his fucking name was on this ship.
I don't think it's crazy that it was either, and I don't think it's crazy that they took it off.
No, I think it's crazy and wrong that they took it off.
Watch this. Who's Oscar Peterson?
Who cares?
Because I guarantee you Oscar Peterson is some military. Maybe he's gay. I doubt it. But
yeah, Geno, you think he's gay?
If he was gay, that would I bet we'd both agree. All right, that's fine. That proves both our
points. Okay, they're going to replace why can't they have 2 military ships with a gay person?
Why'd Oscar get it? He sucked way more dicks in the military than Harvey.
You're Oscar wild and out right now. Okay.
Is it just a video? There's no story?
No, I'm going to read it.
Oh, thank you.
Hegseth announces USNS Harvey Milk is being renamed the USNS Oscar V. Peterson. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced on Friday that the USNS Harvey Milk is being renamed the Oscar V. Peterson after he ordered the Navy to strike the name of the pioneering gay rights activists from the ship.
Sure.
Why?
Well, let's read it. We spoke our reasons.
Hegseth made the announcement in a video posted to X. We are taking politics out of the ship naming. Okay.
I love it.
No, it's not. It's actually putting more politics into the ship because it's not necessary. Harvey was in the military. Harvey was he was assassinated. He was
not in the military.
He was assassinated. He was the first openly gay politician. Keanu. There's no reason taking his name out is more it puts more politics in it than it would have been to just keep it on. It's saying he's just a, gay politician. He did nothing. He was in the military. He deserves to be on the ship. It does not matter that they're going to say that we're trying to take politics off the ship. That's bullshit. It's a fucking direct attack on fucking gay people in the country, in my opinion.
No, it's not. I disagree.
Well, that you are more than welcome to disagree.
I mean, again, if they took him off a state building or something. Hey, Alexa, are there any state buildings named after Harvey Milk?
I found a Harlem State Office building.
No.
Harlem State Office building is 3.4 miles away.
Hey, Alexa, are there any buildings named after politicians?
To do so by executive order is extraordinarily aggressive. For many, many years, the idea of eliminating birthright citizenship was considered at the extreme fringe.
What is this guy yapping about? I think it's a
no,
video.
It was not. Had nothing
Does it say who who's Oscar Peterson?
I'm going to read it right now.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Let's get to it together. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced Friday that the USN Harvey Milk is going to be renamed the USNS Oscar V. Peterson after he ordered the Navy to strike the name of the pioneering gay rights activist from the ship. I know you're angry. I'm angry.
How have you not played that yet?
I didn't have the time.
Sorry, baby.
I know you're angry.
It's better when you do it anyway. I love it.
I'm angry. We are taking politics out of the ship naming. Shut the fuck up, Hegseth said. We're not renaming the ship to anything political. This is not about political activists. Okay. He fought in the military, but no, it's not enough. Unlike the previous administration, instead, we're renaming the ship after a United States Navy Congressional Medal of Honor recipient as it should be. No.
There you go. And by the way, see what our boy High Pam said?
Be.
There's a school named after him in the Castro district.
Yeah, great. He got a school in the Castro district.
That's nice.
Taking his name off of this is ridiculous.
They gave it to a guy who's a war hero.
What is the purpose other than to say,
Keanu,
you know, he's just a
like,
gay
let me pay a compliment to all gay people. You don't get a medal just for being gay. You don't get a boat just for being gay. You don't. And they're like, this guy, I get it, he was gay. I get it, he was a great political leader. We'll name a school after him in the Castro district. Hi, Pam. Thanks for the thermos.
So it's
Love
not.
you.
It's so he did. So it's not enough that he was the first openly gay politician, changing it for many other gay people, and you know, changing just being gay in general. Not enough, and he was also in the military. That's not enough.
No.
That's stupid, in my opinion. And I love
Obviously, it is. I respect that.
Peterson had.
But here's the thing. There's a lot of other things that bother me way more than this. I wish
it bothers me.
And let me tell you, and I watch this, Keanu. It does bother you, and I'm so sorry because
why even
watch
do
this,
it?
Watch this. I'm so sorry it bothers you because this is one of the few things where I'm like, I get it. There's so many things in politics where I'm like, it's driving me insane. Like this is driving you, so I feel for you. But luckily for me, I'm like, I get that. This makes sense to me. I'm not saying
it doesn't
like
make
trust
sense
me.
to
I was if they kept the name. If this article said, you know what, they decided that they're keeping the name Harvey Milk on the boat, I'd be like, fine with that too.
How about this? Johnny Claire says this. Look at this. There's a ship named after Harriet Tubman. She wasn't in the Navy.
Yes, but she helped. She fought. She was a huge figure during this. I couldn't resist during the Civil War, so I could get that. You know what I mean? Again, and I'm not
Harvey
saying like there's no
figure.
fucking black and white here. It's gray. Or well, there is black with the Harriet Tubman.
No, you're saying you get it and it's fine. It's not fine.
Harriet Tubman helped people during the Civil War. You could argue she's kind of a war hero. She helped free slaves during the war.
Harvey Milk was also in the Navy, and he
didn't do anything in the Navy.
You could.
By the way, all he did in the Navy. By the way, all he did in the Navy is.
You could argue that he was a hero in the war against gays.
He wasn't.
The Anita
I don't think
Bryants
anyone knew.
of the world.
No one knew he was gay when he was in the military.
The Anita Bryants of the world, where gays were getting fucking accosted in the fucking streets. Harvey Milk.
But no one knew he was gay when he was in the military. I don't think.
Geno.
What?
Harriet Tubman wasn't in the military.
No.
I'm not saying to take her name off of a fucking boat.
Oh, so racist. But what I'm saying is.
I'm not saying that. But to your point, I think this is unnecessary. They shouldn't be doing it. And it's clearly like, fuck you. We're not going to have this gay man's name on
and
this
Harriet
boat.
Tubman. Do you understand? Like, I would think they're like Harriet Tubman. Like, look, we were shitty to the blacks. She was great during the Civil War. She helped all these people name a boat after her. Because of what went on, but it's like
Harvey Milk fought in Korea.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything of note other than fought as a gay man. He didn't do anything
of note.
There were like you even said that there are a lot of gay men that fought in Korea. We could both argue.
Not a politician that made it okay. Not the first openly gay politician that fucking fought against the war against the religious right that made fucking gay people feel okay to be gay and was assassinated. He was assassinated.
If he died in Korea, then he gets the boat. He didn't.
It's unnecessary.
He gets a school, and I bet there's St. Ranger. Any other things named after him? I know you lived in San Fran for a while. I guarantee he's got shit named after him.
It's unnecessary and offensive to take his name off of this boat.
Nope. To you, it is.
It's ridiculous. But you're the same person that doesn't like fucking Civil War on the racist side statues to be taken down.
No, I didn't say I didn't like them taken down. I said I don't mind.
Why would you
trust me, it's not the biggest thing in the world. But all I said is you take them down. Fucking, you know why they take them down, Keanu? Because they want us to. Because they want us to forget our history. That's why they do these things, Keanu. People take down Thomas Jefferson's thing. Why? Well, he had slaves. Yeah, everyone had slaves back then. But he should have. Stop it. Guy fucking wrote the Constitution, and they want you to forget the Constitution. Believe you me. That is how you fucking indoctrinate a country. You make them forget their history. You kill their old people.
They want you to forget that Harvey Milk was assassinated fighting for what he fucking believed in.
No, they don't.
They're
not tearing down the statue. They're renaming a boat.
There is no purpose to rename this boat. He fought in fucking Korea, okay?
So did a lot of gay guys. Why didn't they get a boat?
He was the first openly gay politician.
That's why they named the school after him.
He was assassinated.
You've said that 13 fucking times.
Fighting for what he
He's
believed
hanging out with
in.
Carl's dad now. We get it.
Fighting for what he fucking believed in. Do you know how many times he ran? It took him, I think.
I didn't know this.
It took him. He ran over and over and over again to just get in there, to show that, like, it's okay. The Anita Bryants of the world aren't going to fucking, like, make us feel bad about being who we are. That is ship-worthy to me, especially since he fought in the military and especially since he was assassinated by another politician, okay? I think it's ship-worthy, and I think that this is nothing but a fucking, it's like, man, we're not doing it because he didn't do enough in the military. But he fought for people's fucking rights. He fought for Korea.
The Harvey Milk building can refer.
Korea.
If
How
I may,
many other ships?
Keanu, if I may, the Harvey Milk building, you Google it. That's what can refer to a few different locations in San Francisco. Most notably, Castro Camera at 575 Castro Street, where Harvey Milk ran his camera store and campaign headquarters. It can also refer to the Harvey Milk Center for the Recreational Arts, which overlooks Dubois Park.
So
additionally, there's Harvey Milk Terminal 1 at San Francisco International Airport, and there's a Harvey Milk Plaza, which, while not a building, is the public space at the intersection of Market and Castro Streets, undergoing renovations in honor of Harvey Milk. Now, let me explain something. Everything they did here commemorates Harvey Milk. They fucking Castro Camera commemorates what you said, the first openly gay politician who ran and won. This is a beautiful thing to commemorate the achievement of a gay man. Sorry that the gay man was in the Navy and he lost his boat. Didn't earn that. Everything he was gotten, everything given here, he earned. Sorry. Everything he was given here, he earned, and it's a beautiful statement of America's love of gay people now. But you don't get the boat, too. Let it go. The guy that's a war hero that earned the Congressional Medal of Honor gets the boat.
I'm sure they have another boat they could put his
name Keanu, you're missing the point. It's like he got all these things named after him. So don't act like we don't like gays.
So no,
don't act like, you know, that's another thing. Just because you're gay, you don't get everything anymore. Sorry, the world's changing.
There it goes. There it goes. That's what it is.
What do you mean?
Right. You're like, oh, it was just
Keanu, you're the one like, this isn't enough. He needs a boat too.
No, he had the boat. Why take his name off?
Because he didn't earn the boat. He earned all of these things. He didn't earn the boat.
He was assassinated. He was assassinated.
I feel like we're stuck on a clue in the pyramid.
He fought in North Korea. I won't agree with you on this. I think it's a fucking definite political. They're saying, they're trying to say like this. We're taking politics out of it. No, you are putting politics of the day into it by doing that. Because what do you think the reaction is going to be? It's obviously
I think liberals like you are going to get pissed off, so I love it.
You sound like Anita Bryant.
Keanu, please, with the, like, say Anita Bryant and he got assassinated again because you read about Anita Bryant, who's long since been dead, and no one liked her for her stance on gays.
I'm sure you remember, old timer.
No, I never. Like, all I knew Anita Bryant, she did orange juice commercials and was on the NFL Today, and then you heard she hated gay people.
No,
and even I was like,
she said in her orange juice commercials, they're trying to take down the family unit, these savages that are gay. Or
when did she say that? What year?
No, because you don't know as much about Harvey Milk as I do.
I do not. I do know he has 4 buildings named after him in San Francisco, which you didn't know.
I think that it's ridiculous and obviously extremely political to take his name off of this boat. He was a war hero too. Anybody that fights in a war is a hero.
And Rebel the Uncanny's right. There's probably a few glory holes named after him. Thank you, Rebel. Good one, Rebel the Uncanny.
Are you having fun?
Having a killer time.
Are you having a killer time?
But again, like, I'll tell you, I do like the fact that I Googled that and all that shit came up. Because again, America's a great place, but people just want to have problems. They do.
Well, America's had its problems. I think going backward
and everyone's welcome to move.
Removing
everyone's welcome to move.
Well, I think that removing his name from this ship is a pointed fucking, like, there's no reason for it. They have plenty of military ships.
You might not think it's a good reason, but I told you the reason they did it.
It's just an asshole thing to do,
It's
in
not.
my opinion. Do you want? Should we read the rest of the article?
I'd love to hear more. Maybe it mentions the 4 buildings that are currently named after in honor of this icon, of a man who blazed the trail for gay politicians all over.
And was a war hero.
So that Pete Buttigieg
was a war hero.
So that Pete Buttigieg could mandate electric cars, take 8 months off, and fuck up the country.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because I'll tell you something.
Right. Okay.
Harvey Milk earned his position. That means
on the
things.
ship.
No. And by the way, it's bad enough. The Navy already has the gay stereotype. Wasn't the fucking gay village person? Forgive me. What the village person that was in the military? He fucking chose. They sang a song in the Navy. You got to get Milk off that boat.
Right. So yeah, I just think it's ridiculous. Peterson Hegseth said.
Johnny Clare wrote 4 buildings and a boat. What a greedy gay. He's very funny.
Oh yeah, so greedy. Right. Johnny Clare.
More Johnny. He couldn't get enough. He couldn't get enough, Johnny.
Johnny said you didn't say a good reason. You didn't. There is no reason. There's no real reason for somebody.
I said the reason. You might not think it's good. You might not think it's good, but that's the reason.
No, for someone, it's not a good reason.
That's your opinion.
No, because
that's your opinion.
Because, the layman would go, well, Harvey Milk must have been a disgraced person.
No, they wouldn't.
The
layman would have the same discussion, but not for 8 hours.
You remove a name or, take down a statue if they're like a disgraced person. He's not disgraced. They're just going to like, he's gay. So, like, we're going to put something else and take the politics out of it. When in fact, it's putting more politics in it than you can imagine. Because it just says something about the way of the world. That's all. But I love you. And
Baby, I'm right there. But again, you might not think it's a good reason, but it's a reason. It's up for the good or bad it's in the eye of the beholder.
Say this. How about this? Somebody's name being removed from a ship or a statue being taken down means they did something wrong.
No.
Typically. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Nope. You think that because of why they're tearing down statues.
John C. Calhoun was a racist statue facing towards the south.
Why was he a racist?
He was a known racist. I lived in.
Hey, Alexa, who was John C. Calhoun?
I'm telling you.
According to Wikipedia, John Caldwell Calhoun was an American statesman and political theorist who served as the 7th Vice President of the United States from 1825 to 1832.
I didn't know that.
He was his statue in Marion Square, right by where we got married. It used to be there. Okay. He faced towards the south because he was an incredible fucking racist. Okay. And
well, maybe he was he loved the South.
He was no.
What did he do that was so racist?
Geno, you don't know about it.
I don't. I'm asking. That's why I said, what did he do that was so racist?
Everyone, this is Charleston lore. Everyone knew that. And he said, you never go above Calhoun Street because the black people are above Calhoun Street. I know, I'm telling you 100%. So he was right at Calhoun and King Street facing towards the south so that's disgraceful. That's why that statue was taken down, because it meant so much to so many people, black people living in the area.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Go on.
Okay, well, listen. This is why. That's disgraceful. Harvey Milk didn't do anything fucking disgraceful. He did nothing.
No, that's why he has 4 buildings named after him, baby. What he did was amazing. But we
have to take his name off of a ship. For what? They're going to act like it's not political.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it. I'll say it again. Because he fucking didn't do anything to merit the ship other than be a gay guy in the Navy.
No, he did. Okay. He fought in North Korea and was assassinated.
Oh, yeah. It was removed. It was removed. Yes, the statue of John C. Calhoun was removed from Marion Square in Charleston, as my wife said. She's very smart. June 24, 2020, following a unanimous vote by Charleston City Council. Statue, a controversial monument to a slavery advocate. Yeah, right there. And former U.S. There I could see taking it down. Because it wasn't that Jefferson was a slavery advocate. He wrote the Constitution and he had slaves. So if this guy was like, yeah, more slaves. Yeah, I could see it. But you'll love this. I mean, you'll love my thoughts on. You'll love me reading this. The statue's removal was a significant event taking place amidst nationwide protests following the murder of George Floyd. That's funny.
Hilarious, Geno.
By the way, while removed, its fate, the statue's fate remains uncertain. It's currently stored in an undisclosed location, and legal challenges.
I'm telling you, I lived there.
They want to move it. By the way,
was not good.
Sorry,
it was not in good favor. Nobody wanted it there. I'm telling you.
By the way, he was a staunch defender of slavery. So yeah. Like, none of these other guys were staunch defenders of slavery.
I'm just saying one statue. You defend the statues, not being.
I didn't defend this statue. I asked about it. That's why I looked it up.
And I told you, and then you looked it up.
Yeah, because you didn't tell me all this stuff. I love it.
Right. So, goodbye, John C. Calhoun.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I even said, I'm like, I get the, did I not say, oh, put it back up? I'm like, I get it. It literally says this guy was, they made a statue in honor of a guy that loved slavery. I mean, there were other things he did, but one of his notable achievements were, I don't know why we're getting rid of these slaves. But that wasn't Thomas Jefferson. That wasn't Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee was fighting so the South could fucking secede from the Union.
I gave you an example of something that I know from a place that I lived.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's what I'm saying. There's no reason. So you would call him disgraced, John C. Calhoun. There's no reason for that statue to be there, correct? Yes.
What's that?
Yes or no?
There's no reason for the Calhoun thing to be there.
Right. I would call him disgraced. He did something wrong. Nobody wanted it there. It was just an eyesore to people that lived in Charleston.
He was the main spokesman for slavery, this guy said.
Exactly. Main spokesman for
slavery. I didn't know any of this. I love it. Yeah, go on.
So correct. That's disgraceful. So the statue should be taken down, correct?
If he just got it because he was so pro-slavery, yeah, sure.
Okay.
No problem with that.
So I'm not saying all the statues should be taken down.
No,
but what is the purpose? What is the purpose?
Do you want me to say it again? Because he did nothing in the Navy of note.
What is the purpose of taking renaming the boat other than being political?
It was named after a man that served the military and the Navy and won the Congressional Medal of Honor. You don't get a boat just for being gay. You get four buildings in San Francisco.
Just for being gay. He was assassinated. He meant
not in the Navy.
So many people.
He was not.
So why did they put him on the boat in the first place?
What's that? I don't know. I wasn't there.
Okay, so it's cool to just like rename a boat.
This is
you
pretty
think
cool.
It has nothing political? There's no politics involved.
I don't. Well, it depends. It depends how you define politics, if you ask me.
Well,
watch this? What do you think the political move was?
You know what? Harvey Milk doesn't deserve it. Gay bad, whatever.
So
Trump's
you
in
think
office.
Peter Hegseth is saying gay is bad?
I mean, I can't.
I don't know how you live in. I don't know how you live in a country that hates gays so much. If I thought this country hated gays, I'd be like, I would be uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable
with gay rights, and it's the state's decision, right?
What is?
If gay people can get married or not?
No, not right now.
No, they're rolling back a lot of things on gay rights.
What have they rolled back?
I would have to pull up the article.
Please pull it up because they pulled nothing back.
No. I know for a fact they have.
Show me the article.
I say I'm not prepared.
I'm going to need to see that article because until you show me that article, I'm going to tell you a gay man has the right of a straight man. We all have the same rights in this country. We all have the same rights. Okay? And you can believe the lies because you're indoctrinated into the dipshits that listen to Kamala Harris.
How long did it take?
No. You're not changing the subject.
Don't bring up Kamala Harris again.
We're not doing Keanu, you're changing the subject. I need to see the article of what rights gay people have lost. They've lost none. They've lost none.
They're rolling back. States should be able to decide whether or not.
What does that mean? They're rolling back. Show me the rollback.
It was at first.
What was?
That gay marriage was legal. Now it's like, well.
Gay marriage is legal.
In every single state?
In every single state. Gay marriage is legal.
Well, you have to let me look something.
But you believe it's not because you listen to the lies.
No, I'm not. I'm
gay people have all the rights we have. They just don't get boats. You don't get boats just for being gay anymore. because I don't get a vote just for being straight. We're looking for an article of all the rights gay people have lost since Donald Trump came into office. Here's what they've lost. 1 vote. They lost 1 vote. They lost a vote. Sorry. No one took Pride Month away. Although we both laughed at the way Robert Schneider made fun of Pride Month. And me and Keanu both agreed. There's not a single more gay, and I bet we'll both agree. More gay people are upset about the vote than if you said you don't get Pride Month. They're like, we're proud every month. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of America. No one like don't get me wrong, crazy religious people might have been like, thank God. I could see if the Catholic Church said you got to get rid of that boat's name, and they kowtowed to them, but they didn't. They didn't. You don't get a vote for being gay. You got 4 buildings. Like you got a camera shop where the first gay guy ever got nominated, and that was his office. You're like, this is great. People need to know this. So we don't forget the past. We don't forget there were times when Anita Bryant would say ridiculous shit on the air, and people were like, this girl gets it.
It wasn't ridiculous at the time.
No,
Harvey
it wasn't
Milk
at the time.
That.
I agree.
No. It was ridiculous at the time, and Harvey Milk fucking changed that.
Yes, that's why he gets
He fought.
He didn't do it on a boat, though.
He fought for people until he was fucking assassinated.
He was assassinated? You haven't mentioned that yet.
So his name doesn't deserve to be on a boat.
What's that?
His name does not deserve to be on a boat.
I didn't say it doesn't deserve to be on the boat.
For North Korea.
I said I'm not. Maybe I said it joking. Like it's not that it doesn't deserve to be on the boat, but it doesn't make sense for it to be on the boat when there's more deserving people that should be on that boat. He didn't do anything other than be a gay guy in the Navy, and that's great. But you don't get that. And I think I think I read somewhere, it's like it's not a warrior mentality, which is fine. And again, I can't weigh in on that because this pussy never had to serve, thank God. Larry did. Larry served. Fucking this is this.
Well, let's put Larry's name on a boat.
So you didn't find all the...
I have a whole fucking map of it. And I'm sorry, it's a lot to decipher. Where the gay rights are being attacked in the country.
Attacked? By whom?
Not, I guess you can't call it
attacked by whom? By Trump? By the government? No.
Okay, I see. Right.
No, but these are the lies of the left. These are like when you get people like, oh, I'm so worried there's a woman, like when Sonny Hostin goes, oh, my daughter woke up today with less rights than she went to bed with. That's a retarded person. That's actually, and forgive me, she's not. She knows exactly what she's saying. I couldn't be more wrong. That's an evil person, fully aware of maybe not, maybe she's that dumb, but gay people and women have all the rights that straight men do. They do, and they deserve them.
Passed a law, other school restrictions.
She'll be here a while. There's nothing.
No, there's a whole... Geno,
what?
All right, no, it's fine. That's fine.
Show it to me. I want to know. I'd hate to be wrong, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, you're definitely wrong.
What?
If you think that there's nothing has changed and bills have not been put into place.
Name a bill. Schultz?
If bills have not been put into place that attack gay rights.
Show me a bill that's put in place that attacks gay rights.
I'm trying to, but
hey Alexa,
she'll be here a while.
Can you name a bill that attacks gay rights?
A while, he says. She'll be here a while.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Anyway.
Hey Alexa, what rights have gay people lost under Donald Trump?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
You can't.
Texas, there's a bunch. Texas again.
What are they? Tell me.
SB 12. Passed into law. Which
is
SB 12. Let's see. What does it say? And again, relating to parental rights in public education to certain public school requirements, prohibits regarding instruction, diversity, equality, inclusion duties, social transitioning, and student clubs at public schools. Okay.
So basically, that's the law.
First one.
That's the law that Donald Trump talked about today. Where if you don't agree with LGBTQ lessons, they're not allowed to be taught in school. And it also probably applies to you're not allowed to withhold from parents as the school teacher.
You expect me? I don't have a fucking cohesive list, but there's an entire map of it that you can look at. And I have read a cohesive list, but this was not the conversation.
What's the list?
I would have to look back and find it, okay, so that it's succinct for you. Or you can say she'll be here a while.
You're there a while.
No, you're being a douchebag.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, you are.
I'm being correct because
because
if God forbid if there was a law passed that restricted the rights of a gay person, trust me, it would come up. Trust me. Max Loads would have talked about it on our show every Friday. Shameless plug. But
maybe
there's not.
You just don't want to see the fucking truth.
I want to see the list. I'm begging you to see the truth.
I asked you and I told you I would need a minute to pull up a cohesive list. I have a list of all 50
I described the Phillies' struggles for a full 3 minutes. Okay. You didn't give me the list. I'm trying here.
We have to put a stop to this now because I don't want to fight anymore. I have to go to South Carolina.
I didn't know we were fighting.
I know. Well, no, it's just that she'll be here a while. It's like I'm just like over it. It's annoying.
Well, Keanu, find the list.
No,
It bothers you because there's no list.
No, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at an entire list of about a fucking million bills that I can't show you.
Why?
I just read some off and you just fucking like
no, you
went
read
nuts
one confusing thing off that talks
No,
about.
it wasn't confusing. That's because I don't have the article that puts it succinctly as far as because we were not going to discuss this. I'm sorry I brought up that Harvey Milk shouldn't have been taken off the goddamn ship. Okay? It's bullshit. You know it.
It's
but
not.
You are Trump good no matter what Trump does.
Trump didn't have anything to do with it. That was the military's decision.
But under, I'm just saying, I don't dislike Trump. Okay. But you're expecting me to produce this fucking article that I don't have. And I have a map and a whole thing. We'll talk about it the next time. What do you say? And then I will fight you on this until you fucking understand what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Is that no?
All I'm saying is cut and dried.
No.
Gay people have the same rights as straight people.
No,
Men have the same rights as women.
Why are there bills that are changing the rights for LGBTQ people?
They're not changing.
There are bills, tons of them. I'm looking at it right now.
None of them have passed.
I'm looking at it right now.
Have any of them passed?
Yeah, plenty.
What rights have they lost?
I'm telling you that we need to table this.
By the way, Push-Up says it's the ACLU list.
Then I will show you. Okay, good. So interrupt me. That's fine.
I'm just trying to help you.
It's ACLU list. Okay.
American Civil Liberties Union. Look at me. I know abbreviations. I know you're trying to stump me, Push-Ups.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
All right, we won't.
It annoys me.
I'm sorry it annoys you, baby.
No, I don't need to be told, like, she'll be here a while. Suck my dick.
All right.
You're dumb. Okay.
But you didn't find it.
I found it. I can't decipher. Okay. I cannot decipher literally. I would call this. This is just Texas. I'd call it 100 different fucking. Well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And those are 24, 25. Those are just the ones highlighted out of all the way down to S. Okay. All the way down to S. Okay. So
like
over a fucking 100 fucking bills that have been put into place since Trump has been in office. Okay. If you want to turn a blind eye to the fact that maybe he doesn't even fucking, he just signed something. If you want to turn a blind eye to it and say that that's not happening, and Harvey Milk's ship, for no reason, being renamed isn't a fucking poignant fact that there's no reason to take his name off of that ship. There isn't. And if you think that there isn't at least...
I told you the reason I believe.
If you think that there isn't at least a little bit of a shift... You just farted, right?
What's that? No, the chair did that.
The chair, okay.
I'm not Garrett and Steve. I'm never good at farting live.
If you think that there isn't at least a little bit of a fucking shift and you want to turn a blind eye to it, then that's fine.
Texas, by the way.
I have a whole map of it. Would you like me to read how many are in? Okay, this is all Texas. You can click on it.
Click on it. I'd love to see it.
Let's look at Alabama. All right, Alabama, SB2. Okay, let's see.
I had 2 cigars today. That was a bad idea.
Oh my God. I mean, the list goes on and fucking on and on and on. So if you think that there's nothing happening, and I'll prepare it for you for next Saturday. How's that sound? Okay.
Why
and
can't
then
you just show it to us now?
Because I don't know exactly which ones are, or exactly what I'm reading. Okay. But I'm saying this is a list and a map of the U.S. with each state telling you where LGBTQ rights are being rolled back on, whether it went through or not, whether it went through or not, or what's in the works. And you cannot tell me that nothing has transpired. You cannot
nothing has
tell
transpired. Like there could be stuff in the works, but we live in America, and I would like to believe if these things are against gay people, they will not be passed. And I don't even think they'll be brought to the table if they're against gay people.
Well, they're being brought to the table.
What's that?
They're being brought to the table.
I don't know what's being brought to the table. The one you read, and I'll be the first to admit it, like there was a lot of words in there. I don't pretend to know politics. It sounds like those are it sounds like those are the law. Like that's why I do the show with Pete, because I say, is this what's going on? And a lot of times I'm right, but I talk with people that know it. You know what I mean? And sometimes I'm right, more often than not lately, because I'm not an idiot. But what I'm saying is the best I could make out from that one you read, it's like, I think it's that, like today, the law, right. Trump, the law got passed.
Would you rather me prepare it for you for next time? Or do you want to just let's just surmise?
I don't care either way.
No, I'm
just playing off the fact that you said there are a lot of laws passed against gay people or something. I'm like,
no, I didn't say that. I said you're crazy if you think. I'm not saying Trump's bad. I'm saying I'm looking at it
Trump's
and
great. I'm saying Trump's not bad. I'm saying Trump's great.
I'm saying I'm looking at it. I don't have this prepared to you to show you exactly which ones went through, but they are going. People are passing these fucking bills, or not passing them. They're at least making the bills, and some have been passed. They have been.
Name one that's been passed. I can't,
Geno, or else it'll take me too long.
To read the bill that was passed?
I just tried to read one to you, and you went, or I just tried to read you.
You did read one. I'm like, as best I can.
And you don't know what you're talking about.
I said, as best I can tell, that goes against, that protects children.
Okay. Well, so I'd rather do, let's not go with as best as I can tell. Let's talk about it next time.
All right.
Correct? Cool?
Yeah.
Any closing
if
thoughts?
you think the bill that's sorry, no more transgender in women's sports.
But you don't even know. You don't even know if that's what we were fucking reading. So
I didn't say I knew. I said if you were saying.
Right, but I wasn't. So we
right,
need
but
to
I'm
look
like,
into
watch this.
it.
What do you think? What do you think of What do you think of biological men and women's sports?
We need to look into it. We need to look into it.
I'm asking you.
So now you're what do I think about people that are born male in sports? No, I don't think that's great. I don't think that's what we were fucking reading. So wouldn't you rather know what we're talking about and looking at than just surmising right now?
Surmising what?
I tried to read it to you, and you went out. You know as best as I. Right. Exactly.
I said as best I can guess.
As best I can guess. Right. So it's not happening at all.
As best I can guess. This is the bill that protects children when they say no, they don't have, they don't have to report to their parents. The schools have to. That's the best I could have guessed with all those fucking fancy law words that go over my head.
Okay, great. So why can't we just talk about it next time?
We can. But that gives you another week to hope they pass a law against gay people, which they haven't.
All right. Anyway, 1 million Kiki bucks for everyone here. I'm over it. It's going to take her a while.
A week, apparently.
No, I'd rather be prepared and know what I'm fucking talking about. But no, you just can't, you no matter what Trump does.
Bing, bing, boom.
What did he do? What did he do wrong?
No matter what Trump does.
What don't you like that Trump's done?
No matter what the administration, no matter how many points I prove about how ridiculous it is that Harvey Milk name was taken off of that ship.
You brought up a lot of points, but neither of us proved anything. We brought up a lot of opinions.
No, it's my opinion that it's ridiculous. And you think
that's
it's
fine. I never said you're wrong. I said this is why I think they did it.
No. And if you can't see the bigger picture of it, then that's okay. That's okay.
I see the bigger picture. I don't think.
No, you don't.
I'll tell you.
If you think it's like he wasn't a war hero, so fuck him.
No, I didn't say so. Fuck him.
There's plenty of fucking military ships. Okay.
I literally did the groundwork and found things that were given to him that he certainly deserved. Groundwork. I Googled 3 words, Harvey Milk building. But I looked that up and I love that. I mean, I could say if I was sitting there like, why does he even get that? These are beautiful things. He's earned it. This is America.
Yeah, but it means nothing that they just took him off of the ship for no reason.
I didn't say it means nothing. I said I see why they did it.
What does it mean?
What's that?
What does it mean?
It means that we should be having ships in the war fucking that reflect great warriors. He was not a great warrior. He was a gay naval guy.
He's a great warrior. 1 million Kiki bucks for everyone who stuck by. And we'll see you next week. I'll be in South Carolina tomorrow.